Okay, welcome back to episode 5 of the Melbourne Gaming Retro Podcast, or Retro Gaming Podcasts for you playing at home. Let's get stuck into it, Parfo. Did you get any pickups this week, and if so, what were they?
I did actually. I got the Ico and Shadow of Colossus HD collection.
Eco, you mean? Yes.
Yep. And I got Internal Sonata on the PS3. Both on the PS3 actually.
Good games there. I actually got the Eco Shadow Colossus game as well, funnily enough. And I beat the other one probably about a year ago, and it's an awesome game.
Yeah.
That's good.
Did you get any pickups today?
I did.
Or this week?
I did. And for those who subscribe to my channel would know, because I did a pickups video this morning with my dog. But for those who didn't, I picked up a few different bits and pieces. I picked up Diablo on Xbox One, which comes with Diablo 3. The Dragon Ball Z Budokai HD collection, Dishonored on PS4, Metal Gear Solid 4, and also the Far Cry first 4 games.
Okay.
So, yeah, amongst another few different sorts of things, like a couple of gaming guides, like the Mario 8 guide and also the Diablo 3 guide. But, yeah, it was a bit of a slow week.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't get
still got a fair bit of stuff.
Yeah, it's just now. They go sit on the shelf for another couple of years. But anyway, let's get into our first question of the day.
Yep.
Or night, depending on which time zone you're in. Anyway, is retro gaming collecting becoming mainstream?
Personally, I think it is.
Yep.
Like, everyone is into retro gaming at the moment, even if they're not so much into playing the games, but so much of selling it or trying to make $1 from it. I know we see a lot of people like overcharging for certain products that shouldn't be more than what they are selling it for.
We spoke last week about that lady selling Pokemon for a ridiculous amount.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
But like everywhere you know is everyone's talking about retro gaming or trying to get back into it, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's for the wrong reasons, I believe.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of truth in that, Parfo, my man, but I think that to say it's become mainstream, I don't think it ever really lost its popularity. I think that with a lot of things that have their time in, their moment in the sun, and then they disappear, but then people bring them up, 10 years later, and they think back to them and go, oh, that's really cool. Because if you can think about all the times you've sort of walked around in, say, gaming-related t-shirt, and people have said to you, like, oh, sick shirt, man, like, or something like that. It's like, it never really loses its fan base. It just, they disappear and they come back.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, you're right. In terms of collecting, though, becoming mainstream, I think it is now. It's probably its height of its popularity.
Yeah.
Whereas, 10 years ago, if you had it gone on the internet, there probably wouldn't have been as big an audience for the collecting scene that there is now.
Yeah.
I know that when I used to collect them, it was very hard to find people that were also collecting. So
yep.
I think right now you've got a large network of people who all have the same goal, which is to just stockpile like games from any console.
Yeah.
Maybe not even play them, or just do it for the sake of making a quick buck.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess in some ways it is becoming mainstream, and that's my opinion anyway.
Yeah.
Another question we had during the week on Twitter was, someone was asking whether we believe that if there's any place in at least Australia, I'm not sure about America because I've never been myself, but any place in Australia for gaming CDs, like soundtracks for games, say, whether it be, I don't think you'd sell much of a FIFA soundtrack, although it is a compilation of probably good songs in the menu.
Actually, I love the FIFA soundtrack.
Yeah. But, I mean, like, the actual in-game soundtrack, it's just the sporting noises, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, during the actual in-game, it's
so,
just the sporting noise, but when you come to the menu, it's nothing but hit after hit, or upcoming hits that you tend to hear on, like, Triple J.
Yeah. Okay. So, but what about a game, say, like Donkey Kong, where it's all original songs? They may not have lyrics, but it's just, funky tunes and stuff like that. Does that have any audience for sale on a hard copy?
Not that I've seen in Australia.
Yeah.
I may have seen a couple of CDs at this retro game store that we have near us in Bayswater.
Yep.
But that's as far as I know.
I think it really comes down to certain pre-orders having the soundtrack available with them. I know a few games that I've got will have the soundtrack available, but sometimes it's not really the soundtrack, it's more just a collection of a few songs.
Like Skyward Sword on the Wii?
Yeah, that was one example of that. But there was also a game, I think it was Blue Blaze, or Blaze Blue, that had a soundtrack with it, but it was only really 4 songs, and it wasn't all the sort of rocking heavy metal songs that are throughout the game.
Yeah.
So, you know, I know in Japan, when we were recently there, there's gaming stores which have, you know, 5 or 6 aisles of just gaming CDs, and you can go in there and you can find, you know, Final Fantasy VII, Kingdom Hearts, because I actually picked up a few.
Yeah, you can find whatever you want.
Yeah, you find them anywhere. And, you know, it's just they're really nice. They've got all the arts and stuff, and it's well put together. And I guess over there is an audience for it, and I think there is an audience here, but we've just never really had it, so it never had a chance to sort of take off.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay. Another question. Well, this is actually just a discussion we were having prior to recording this, was with the Nintendo 64 controllers, which we actually have some to our right here, there was a heap of different colours. You could go to the store and you had, you know, red, green, whatever, you know.
Yeah, atomic colours,
yeah.
You had your plain colours.
Yeah.
Now, everything.
With the Wii U, we've got the black and the yellow. Sorry, the black and the white.
Yeah.
You were saying you don't think they do the white anymore?
The white one was for the lower gigabyte console for storage, and
yeah.
I believe that was discontinued a year and a half to 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's stupid. I mean, why would you have a 16 gig console in
Yeah.
this day and age? But anyway, I know you can get sleeves for the Wii U pads, and you can get the Pro controllers in many different colours and themes towards different games. But is it time that they release the Wii U pads with different colours?
I think it'd be cool. I think it'd bring a new crowd in as well, especially like for, I don't know, collectors who like the box art as well.
Yeah,
like you've got your Splatoons, you've got your Mario Karts, you know, Mario Maker, and people just buy it just strictly for the box, even though they've already got the console itself.
Yeah, I think controller collecting is as popular as anything to do with collecting, whether it's collecting posters, game guides, you know, gaming figurines. I think controllers are right up there.
Like with the Wii U remotes that they brought out recently, like I have all the ones from Mario to the newer releases with Toad and Bowser.
I think on one of my videos from my channel, I've got a photo or a video of your controllers on there.
Yeah.
So you can check it out if you want. But yeah, another thing that I've wondered about is, can you actually buy the Wii U pads on their own? I don't seem to see them in the store.
You can't.
Yeah.
I have seen them second hand before.
Yeah.
People who have traded them in, and the controller itself goes for like, I think it's like $150.
Yeah.
For sale, but I haven't seen them just strictly for sale. If they were to sell it like different colours, there might be an interest there.
Yeah, well, I mean, what's to say they couldn't do a Mario design controller, where it's actually part of the controller, not just a skin or a sticker set. I don't see why they wouldn't sell.
I reckon that would be cool.
Yeah, well, I'd definitely think about getting one. But yeah, I think that's something that maybe it's missed the mark now because it's already on the way out, the Wii U, but you know, that would be something they could consider for the next console, the NX, we're hearing. But yeah, it would have been nice to see something like that. Because we didn't get anything like that on the Super Nintendo. We got a few turbo controllers and third-party controllers, but the 64 was, you know, we had the see-through controllers, the purples, you know, every different colour, so it was really cool.
And even on the GameCube as well, they had
that's right.
the orange ones, you had your purple, your black controllers. I'm sure there was many different other colours as well. I believe they had like Donkey Kong and Mario-specific ones with their logo on it, but they just kept bringing them out.
Yeah, well, you had a lot of that sort of stuff for the GameCube. You had the orange, which was a Japan-only colour. Yeah. And you had the black and the purple. So that, there was room to move, I think, in the Wii U, but they didn't really take full advantage of the idea of how popular that sort of thing is. Yeah. The idea of buying things just for display sake.
No, I agree.
But anyway, so with the Wii U, we've been talking about different games that are coming out and anticipation for said games, but I mean, is there anything you're sort of looking forward to in the next, say, well, I guess the last run of the Wii U games?
One game that I'm highly anticipating is actually, it's a game by the old Rare company. Some of the employees, they've got together on Kickstarter and it's called Laylee, which is kind of like Banjo Kazooie.
Yep.
If you haven't heard much about it, it's, as I said, the player controls Yooka, which is a chameleon, and Laylee, which is a female bat. The game features gameplay similar to Banjo Kazooie, where the player searches and collects items in a 3D open environment.
Okay, so it is essentially Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, pretty much. So you've got the developers who are behind it. You got the composer. They're there to do the lead programming, voice actors, characters, and environmental artists. And your composer was not only just in the Banjo Kazooie. He did GoldenEye, Donkey Kong 64, all those big games as well.
Are we going to see, voice acting, or are we going to see, like, just different... I hope it's the noises.
I hope it's the noises as well.
Yeah.
Now, rumor actually has it that if you've played Banjo Kazooie all the way to the end, there is a big quiz just before you fight Gruntilda, the witch boss. Now, they're actually bringing that back into this game just before the boss fight, and like Donkey Kong, they're actually bringing in minecart levels as well.
Oh, so they're sort of using everything they've used from the past.
Yeah,
it's funny that they did a Kickstarter for that, because you'd think if they took that idea to any major company, like they remake movies from 30 years ago, and they bomb at the movies. But anyone who's ever played games knows what Banjo Kazooie is. So there's an audience just waiting for that kind of thing.
Oh yeah, apparently it got their money, or their goal, in like 30 minutes.
Yeah.
People were just ready to go with that and donate because they want to see another Banjo Kazooie like game.
Well, it'd be nice to get an actual Banjo Kazooie. I don't know where we are with that happening, but I think I don't even know if that's coming out on the Wii U, that ukulele. Yeah,
it's apparently scheduled. Well, it's scheduled for release in October, but who knows? We've already seen Zelda being delayed, and we're not even sure if it will actually make its release on the Wii U console.
See, I'd like to see another Time Splinters, because that was made by the same guys who did GoldenEye as well, and I love that game.
That was a good game.
Yeah, so something that would be interesting to see as well. But yeah, the best thing about those Banjo games, the ukulele itself, I've looked at stills from it. It's really colourful and vibrant, and also we don't have a lot of RPGs on the console, so it'd be nice to have an open world sort of game like that.
Yeah. Another topic that we're talking about is HD remakes recently.
Yep.
But as we know, next month we've got Zelda the Twilight Princess HD remake coming out. Now, this one is in my opinion, the third Twilight Princess. You had your GameCube copy, your Wii, and now the Wii U release.
It's funny you said that, because this is actually going to be the third attempt I had at playing the game.
Yeah.
Because I got it on the GameCube day one, and then I got it on the Wii U. The Wii, and now I've pre-ordered it for the Wii U. So, third time's a charm, I'm going to play it. Maybe.
And the difference is, they're saying that it's not going to be the same game with the minor tweaks. They've got, as we know, we've got HD visuals.
Yep.
But your Wii U gamepad to access your inventory instead of going through the menus.
Well, I heard they got rid of the remote control.
Did they?
Yeah, so you can play it as an old school controller-based game.
Oh.
Which excites me.
I actually like that idea.
Yeah. You like the idea of the controller? Or
the controller.
Yeah.
And there's new items in the game, like the Ghost Lantern, because if you played Twilight Princess, you've got to retrieve some Poe Souls, and that's going to help you locate them a bit easier. Your wallets are now bigger for you to collect your rubies. And there's one different mode, though, which is called Hero Mode. It's apparently a lot harder, and every time you get hit, it's double the life is taken from you, and you can't actually get like hearts in the bushes to retrieve your heart.
Oh, so it's time for those people that don't collect the extra heart bits to start collecting them, by the sound of things.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's going to be a lot harder to
progress.
To progress and beat the game.
Yeah.
And got a question for you: is do you think there'll be another HD remake before the Wii U's life is ended? And what would you like it to be?
Well, I wouldn't like it to be Skyward Sword.
Yep.
At the rate we're going, we're getting flooded with Zelda remakes and Zelda merchandise. Soon Zelda's going to be, Anyway, would I like to see a remake? Maybe. Oh, look, I don't know. Beautiful Joe, perhaps.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Look, yeah, I know it sounds funny, but I wouldn't mind seeing Super Smash Bros. Melee done up in a HD because I feel like that was the superior game. Even though you've got the new one with the better characters and stuff, even if they just did a downloadable port of it, but it was HD and they like put the online, but because you can't play it online and stuff anymore, so like it'd be good to see that brought out on the game store, or even a disc copy at maybe like half the retail price, so you can play it online. Because I actually really like that game.
Melee was a very good game.
I just like the adventure mode more than anything. I thought that was really, really cool. Almost had a story to it. So yeah, I think if they release, say, Brawl and Melee, might as well chuck in the 64 one in there on disc.
Yep.
You can buy it, like an anniversary, or I don't know, do whatever you want with it. HD, make it look nice, put it out, charge, half price for it. I'd buy that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like that. Maybe put a couple of posters in it. Maybe put some concept art of how they came up with the idea for the game. I don't know. Maybe
bring the value into it.
Yeah, like, maybe release it with, say, a couple of the amiibo type trophies from Melee, which you collect throughout the game.
Yep.
Maybe put a couple of them in there. I don't know. Maybe don't even make them amiibo. Just bring them out as
just something to have.
Yeah. Just, I don't know. Like, this sort of stuff prints money.
Oh, yeah.
Like, let's see a Super Mario Sunshine 2 or something.
That's what you want to see as a brand new game.
Yeah, I know. That's something that, if they brought out the NX, I don't see why they couldn't open with brand new Zelda game, brand new Mario Sunshine. Maybe even do, I know it sounds cheesy, but Mario 64 2.
Yep.
Just call it 64 just for the sake of making money off the name. Like, no one's going to care. No one's going to go, I'm not buying that. Mario 64 2, I don't know. Maybe just make it into a HD game.
Yeah.
Maybe bring it out HD, have the same game, but then have another one as well where you continue on through the castle and do more stuff.
Yeah.
Because it's cool, know? I don't know. Like, that's something I'd like to see.
Yeah.
A Melee game. So, I mean, is there any games that you can think of that you'd really like to see, since we're speaking of the NX a little bit, do you want to see maybe a few titles remade, or perhaps even just a sequel to one of your favourite games?
I'd like to see brand new Metroid, to be honest with you.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
It has been a while. Like,
have we had one on the Wii U?
No.
It's like they almost forgot about it.
I reckon it's a game that's in development, and they're waiting for something big. I'm not sure if they're waiting for this next console, and they will bring it out on release or close to it, maybe just a bit after.
Yeah.
But I reckon that's a game that is ready to go out, and I know a lot of the fans want it as well.
Yeah, my only fear is that they put a lot of money into those games when they make them, and if they were going to put it out as a release title, they'd want to be damn sure that the NX was going to sell, like, 1 million consoles in the first year or first 6 months or something. Like, they've got to make their money back on it, otherwise they're taking a hit.
Yeah.
And Metroid, what can they really do? They can't make it into too much of an RPG. It sort of has to be a linear style game.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about. I don't think they could sort of change it too much into, say, like a Call of Duty style game, because it just wouldn't work. I don't think. But they could make it more towards adults and have, like, bigger monsters and more gore towards the fights and stuff.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a kid's game.
No.
It's almost like a survival horror game. Let's make it an actual AAA title by making it hardcore, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, so... But, I don't see... Going back to it, and I know I speak about it a lot, Mario Sunshine 2, I don't see why they can't do that. Or even just a 64... Mario 64 style game.
Yeah.
Like, why haven't we seen that?
It was a great idea. It was revolutionary at the time as well. And I love the fact that you can jump into different paintings. You didn't have to go too far to get to different worlds. It's just all about getting your stars, really. Well,
yeah, and it's just fun to explore the castle.
Yeah.
And I just don't see why we haven't seen a game like that. People would probably argue like, oh yeah, but we asked for a classic style Mario game, and we got it with new Super Mario Brothers, Mario Wii U and stuff like that. But I think it's time for an RPG Mario game.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people would agree with me.
Yeah.
So, but it'd be nice to see upon release, even if they held off on Star Fox for a little bit, put that on there, just open up the batting with 4 games, like put a new Mario on there, a new Metroid, Star Fox, and even a Zelda. Like if you put 4 of those type of games on,
People will buy it like that.
oh yeah, because everyone who's got a Wii U now got it probably more recently than the people who got it at the very start.
Yeah.
I feel like they rush out and buy it in an instant because they know how cool the Wii U is, but it's too late.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, if you're getting a console like the NX, and I don't really know what it's all about, but if it's more like it's got a hard drive in it, you know, you can watch Blu-rays on it and all this stuff that we've been asking for years, then why wouldn't we go and do it?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but I'm not too familiar with any of the specs on it. Do you know much about it?
I haven't looked, like, I hear things, but as you know, they're all rumours, and nothing's really been confirmed at this point in time.
Yeah, well, you know, you'd like to think that you could reuse the GameCube controllers like you can on the Wii U with it.
I'd hope so. That's what makes it great. It makes it easy to use.
Like, why like, I know with the PS3, you know, and the PS2, they're all similar looking layout of controllers.
Yeah.
I don't know why you would need to change that up too much.
Yeah.
Because they've always tried to be innovative and stuff, but I think it's time to take a step back and go, let's just do what everyone else is doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's just give it a go. Let's really support online play. Let's put a massive hard drive in there.
Yeah.
Let's do like a Nintendo online subscription or something where you get like a PDF of a game manual or something every time you download a game.
Okay.
You know, I don't know, make it really user-friendly.
Yeah, throw some different ideas.
Like, they can still do the whole thing where it's easy for kids and stuff. They can do that. There's no reason why they can't. Like, the Wii U is easy enough to navigate, so why couldn't they just do that?
Yeah.
And why won't they do that? You know, like, they have the luxury of having a company where they can release things and it's always going to have an audience, so yeah, it's not really taking a risk if you're just doing something that mainstream audiences like.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Like the Wii, for example, that was a big risk, and that brought them back to life.
Well, that's right. I mean, we saw the target audience go from kids, I guess younger kids for the GameCube, all the way up to sort of, grandparents and stuff playing the Wii.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, I would struggle to think of someone who didn't have a Wii.
Yeah.
Everyone had one.
Everyone had one.
Yeah, so some people had more than one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so... No, well, yeah. I hope that they sort of come to their senses in some way or another.
Yeah.
Alright then, well, we'll wrap it up for today, but thanks for tuning in, and be sure to subscribe and check out the other content on the channels.
See you guys.
Thank you.